on a real twist, but just as highly dramatic.
Oh.
I'm going to address something that I shamefully watch, and I wouldn't record it. So it was one of those things like I would just catch it and then I'd be suckered into watching it over the years. But this season with its Scandoval, I have watched every episode. Vanderpump Rules.
Oh.
Now,
okay.
I don't think either one of you watched.
No, I don't.
No, but I'm very aware there's like a cheating scandal that's going on.
Oh my God. So it is a spinoff of the Beverly Hills Housewives. So Lisa Vanderpump, who's one of the OGs of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills on Bravo, owned some restaurants. And very smartly, the Bravo execs went like, oh, why don't we follow the lives of some of the bartenders, waitresses, hostesses, people that work in your restaurant?
And they're all very, very attractive.
Well,
so that's nice.
They are all very young. So, and living in Hollywood, and a lot of them had dreams or aspirations to be actors, singers, models. So, yes. And I do think probably, one of the requirements to work there was a certain level of attractiveness. So, the original cast, like, everybody slept with everybody. Everybody cheated on everybody. It was very incestual is not exactly the right word, but it was very, high school in the sense of like no one could escape each other, because unlike the Housewives episode where they go back to their own houses or take breaks from each other, this was their job. Like they did work with each other and party with each other and get fights with each other. And when the cameras were put down, unlike a normal reality TV show, unless it's based around a family, they continued to work at the restaurant. So then when you pick it up the next season, they'd still be fighting or dating or who the hell knows what, right?
They were just very involved in each other's lives.
Right. So you have one of the old school, like from day one cast members, Tom Sandoval. He's,
Oh, is that why you said Scandoval? Because it's his name.
I did not. I'm not taking credit for that. That is now.
You didn't coin it.
No.
Okay. But I'm just getting it now.
No,
so.
that's been in the zeitgeist because, like I said, this is one of those shows I didn't necessarily tape to watch, but anytime I'd be flipping by and it was an episode I had not seen, I'm like, all right, what's going on? Because it felt like I am too old for this. Like, I mean, I did work in the food industry at some point, but like 20 years ago. So it's like, oh my God, like it almost gives you anxiety. You're like, oh my God, are they going to get the goat cheese balls out on the table? Or are they just going to stand there and talk in the back and let them go cold? Like it was just like, oh my God, I can't take this. So now it's just one of those things where, we followed this Tom Sandoval and other characters come in and out. We've been invested in him. And he's had this girlfriend, Ariana, like for 9 or 10 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
They bought a house together, they have their dog. I mean, very invested with each other. They wrote a cocktail cookbook together. I mean, it wouldn't be a cookbook. I guess a cocktail mixology book together. They're really in each other's world. Well, he turned 40 and had a midlife crisis, supposedly.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So one of the other quote unquote characters on the show is one of Ariana's best friends. I guess her birth given name is Rachel, but she goes by Raquel, which you're like, is that really that much of a step up? I mean, they're both really, like, they're so close. You're like, what in the hell? But she broke up with her boyfriend on the show. Now, a lot of times they would sort of spin out and be gone, right? But the thing is, she works at the restaurant. So she's been able to stay in the social circle. And people felt like she's sort of like this heartbroken ex-beauty pageant. People have called her dumb. I don't know if dumb is the right word after this season, but, they feel like she was like an innocent. And so they're like protecting her. Ariana was one of the main ones protecting her. So to get to the scandal part, Tom and this woman, Rachel, have had an ongoing affair behind Ariana's back for 7 months.
Ooh.
And pulling it off through some of it while the show was taping. And no one knew. And she'd be like toasting Ariana, cuddling up to her, asking her questions. And now knowing that she was already having the affair with the boyfriend is like, that's so diabolical. And so I'll just say I have some girlfriends who, practically make a living off of commenting on reality television and this type of pop culture. So when this news hit, the social media, it was like I don't even know what to equate it to. In the reality world, it was like a bomb had dropped. It was
a volcano exploding.
People could not believe it. They were out of their minds, which you're like, wait, they've all always acted like shitty people to each other. Tom and Ariana kind of misbehaved when there was a girlfriend that Tom was with. Like, they've always all been shitty to each other to some degree. This has been the longest relationship. It definitely seemed like it should last. And they had finished the season. They usually set up a party or some sort of finale event, whether it be a party at someone's house. This happened to be at the restaurant, of course. But they get everybody together, and there's usually a fight or two that ensues. And then there's a speech, and I love you, and blah, blah, blah. And then usually in reality shows, there's like a little like caption that goes up to say like, they've gone on, they're making up, they're breaking up, she's starting her business is like, you get a little recap. And that's how they get everybody in the same room to sort of do the finale. So they did that. And there was some really awkward moments where that Rachel woman was asking Ariana, like, are you still attracted to Tom? Do you still have sex with Tom?
Oh my God, what?
Because now as a viewer, we know, right?
Oh no.
So you're watching this through a totally different lens. Supposedly Bravo swears they did not go back and re-edit episodes. I'm like, bullshit, because some of this is way too like out of context. You might not have thought certain things were even that important, but now you're like, put that back in. That was insane. So they end the quote unquote season, put the cameras down, think they're done. And I guess the affair came about in a way that like he has a band, and ironically I've met through my son's school, one of the musicians in it. He has sort of a cover band. And he was out performing, and he dropped his phone, and his girlfriend picked it up and was holding on to it. And she says women's intuition. She thought, I'm going to look through his phone. And I guess she had a feeling that he had been cheating and questioned him before and looked through his phone before and did not catch him. This time, unfortunately, he didn't erase something, and she caught him. And like you said, the volcano exploded.
Oh my gosh.
And then it was, TMZ. It was like national news. I mean, it was insane. It was like, it was almost like Jennifer and Brad. It was like, and Angelique Jolie. It was like, like people were shocked. So then we've had to watch the rest of the season knowing this information and the build up. They've given us teasers of this, like, the brawl that's going to happen at the reunion. And they had put the cameras down, like I said, the finale. And when this broke, they picked them back up and filmed one more episode of like them confronting each other. She's basically saying, I wish you were dead. You're nothing to me. And he's saying, I was going through a midlife crisis. Like I said, I was 40. I thought I'd lost my mojo. We haven't had sex 4 times in a year. Like, this is a reality show. So they're just throwing it all the hell out there. But I, having worked in the reality world, all of us have worked on reality shows in different ways. This was like, oh my gosh, this might be too much. Like, oh my, yikes. Like, this is just like the Tom guy. I'm like, how do you recover from this? I mean, this is not going to be going back to the restaurant like you all normally do and be like, table 5 needs a mojito. Like, I just don't know how you're going to go back to the regular world. Like next season, like, I don't know who's going to film with him, because that's one of the things in the reality world. A lot of times when a character or cast member is gone the next season, it is because other cast members will not film with them.
Right.
And you could only do so much in a vacuum in a reality show, especially if it's an ensemble. So if everybody is not on his side and not going to film with him, that's going to be difficult. So we'll see. But that, I will say, that is, I shamed watch. It so sucked me in. But like I said, it's been national news. It's like totally been on the zeitgeist in the world of reality television. It's been one of the biggest stories.
Oh, huge!
In quite a while. You kind of go, listen. There were no children involved. They were not married. They did not have children. It was a long-term relationship, and they had a house and all this and that. But you're like, I hope they all can come to a better place. Listen, Ariana is. Like, the world has embraced her. The Globe has been amazing. She is rumored to be on maybe Dancing with the Stars. Like, it's going to work out for her just fine. And if she was only having sex 4 times a year, girl, you had to get out anyway. So, and so did he. So, in a way, it's like it all might be for the best. But the Tom and the Rachel, their redemption story is going to be real interesting if they get one on the show or publicly get one, right? So, yeah, so I watch Vanderpump Rules on Bravo.